Welcome back to another episode of Kotlin Bootcamp for Programmers. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the scope functions, and the first one, the let. So, what is a scope function? A scope function, or the Kotlin standard library, contains several functions whose sole purpose is to execute a block of code within the context of an object. When you call such a function on an object with a lambda expression provided, it forms a temporary scope. In this scope, you can access the object without its name. Such functions are called scope functions. There are 5 of scope functions. They are let, run, with, apply, and also. In this episode, I'm going to cover the first one, that is nothing but let. The context object is available as an argument for it, and the return value is lambda result. For example, let's see one example of how the let function works. In the main function, I have a numbers. It has a mutable list of 1, 2, 3 up to 5, and we are getting the result numbers.map at the length, and it will filter as it dot greater than 3. I means if the number, it will map it to the length. If it filter the length is greater than 3, it will print for us here. If I run the program here, I will get 1, 2, 3. I will get 4, 4, 4, because the first one here it has 5 elements. It has the length of this is the length of this 4 is like 4, and this 5 is also the length is 5. So I'm getting here. Now, how we can get more readable code of this one with the help of let keyword? The same thing, I want to change this to here. Now I have the numbers, same thing, the number. Now I don't need here that number. I don't remove that. The result or the print the result, we store that all of these results, or the length of the results. Now here I am doing the same thing, numbers.map, and this map will map it the length. It will map the length, and it will filter if the length of that is greater than 3. Do something. It means do something. It will print for us this. It will print for us like this. It will print itself the number. First one, the list. If I run the program without using this one here, so I will get the same result that it was, because it will return something. So it will run a block of code inside the let function. Now, if the code blocks contain a single 8, only the single 8 as an argument, you can use the method reference instead of a lambda. For example, I have a single function here inside the println. Even I can remove this 8 here. If it has the only one 8, I can remove it here, and I can send the lambda expression like this. As I told you, how we can send the lambda expression: colon and the print name, the println name, not the function. I want to send the expression println expression, not the function. Keep in mind. So here numbers.map, it will map the length, and it will filter same thing. Now I want to send the length, and this length will print for us the lambda expression. Keep in mind that I have to remove here this curly braces, and instead of this curly braces, I have to use the next one. I have to use this one, that length. I have to use this one, this list block, because this list block get argument as an get argument like this. If I use this argument, I can now send the lambda expression itself. If I run the program, I will get the same thing it was. As you see, I'm getting the same result. And also, let is often used for executing a code block only with a non-null value. to perform actions on a non-null object, use a safe call operator on it and call let with the action. Here, for example, I have a string, we can call it something, or it is a nullable string of hello, and we want to check if this string has a value, print some kind of code for us. If it has not a value, don't print it. Now here I am having hello string here, and this hello will, I want to send the length of this string. I want to store the length of this string here and the length. Now inside this, after this string I have here, I put it a question mark and dot sign. It means it will question mark, it will check if this string is not null, do this code. If it is null, do not execute this part of code. Now first I printed println let called on let. I will print on, for example, it has any value we can get. Now process not null string. Okay, it is not a null inside the let. It means if it is not null inside that, I will print for us. It will print for us. I don't need function here. I don't need now. I means now if check it has a string, has a value, it will print for us. If it will print for us, and it will send the last expression for us. Keep in mind that in the let, using the let, it will return the last expression here. If I use it.length, now this length has the last expression. Println. Now if I print the length, now this length here, or I'm getting the length here, this length will store here in the length. I means the last expression, it will be anything inside this block of code, it will return it to this length. It will store that value. Now if I remove that one, I don't need that anymore. If I run the program right now, as you see, right now this string.let is running println, and this println is executing let. This one, as you see here, is printing let called on hello. And now the second one, it.length, it does nothing, but it.length return the value of this string, or return the length of this string, and it will, this string stored the length to this length, and we are printing the length of the 5. Now if I change, suppose this as a 5, not 5, as a null, let's see what happens here. If I run the program right now, look at this, I'm getting null. The first thing, it is like length, and first thing it will come in here, it will print for us. If it is a null value, or it is, if this string is a null, it will not print this one, or it will not print here, it will not print anything. Now all of this is null. As you see, this string is null, so string is null, null will store here. I am printing null here. Now if I change this to this null string, so it is now a string, it is not a null. If I print that, it will print as the length and also the null value here. And now suppose I want to change it.length, I want to send something else. Let's see what we can have inside the it. After the comma, we have plus, we have length, we have get, char, code point, we have these kind of capitalize, remove range. Let's make to uppercase. If I use to uppercase, now this to uppercase of a string will store to the length. Now first it will print this one. Now it.length will just calculate the length and will return nothing. And this one, it is the last one, it will return the this string to uppercase, and now I will print that to as a uppercase. Now here I am having null. Now I want to change this something dot my name, or let's make it as mn dot n code here, a main code here. If we run the program right now, the first thing will be 8. It will print a main code here. And now it will return the last thing to uppercase to the length, and then I can print the last one here. Now another case for using let is introducing the local variables with a limited scope for improving code reusability or code readability. To define a new variable for context object, provide its name as a lambda argument so that it can be used instead of called if. Now I wanna copy a piece of code here that show you how it is going on. Now I have a numbers here, list of numbers 1 2 3 4. Now I wanna modify the first item of this list. How? I wanna get the numbers dot first one. If I use the numbers dot first, it means it will get the first element of that. And now I wanna do dot let. If I use dot let, and I can change the 8 here. By default it is 8. I can change it to like first item like this. I can change the name of that 8 by default. As you see, if I use, for example, if I use string, and then if I use the let, by default you can access the context object as a 8. Now I can change, if I want to change the name of 8 by default to something like my var, and after that we have to use this bracket, we have to use this arrow, and after arrow we can have this variable name. Now we can print or we can access that string, using the my var variable or my var name, my var. Now I can print that. I means here I'm using that one, modified first item. Now this number, I'm using number. I want to get the first item of the list, and I want to do some piece of code using the let. If I use the let, and then the first item will be accessed using the first item. Here I'm printing the first item of the list is first item. Now I want to check if the first item dot length is greater than 5 or equal than 5. As you see, the first item is the length is only 3. Now it is not the 5. If it is greater than or equal to 5, store or return the first item. Else, if it is not equal or greater than 5, else put a semicolon, put this exclamation mark, and after that plus that first item, this is the first item 1, and again the exclamation mark, and it will return for us here, and this else part will return for us to this number or this modification string. And now I want to change that to uppercase. I want to change modification item to the uppercase. Here even I can use this uppercase. I can keep a break, and I can use that modification item dot to uppercase here. Dot modification item dot uppercase here, because this number dot first dot let, this let return the last expression. Here the last expression is f, and this f condition return us here this one. And without using now again the modification item, I can change the function call here like this. Now to uppercase, it will generate, or it will return for us this piece of code, and this uppercase will change that to uppercase. And now I want to print this one, print item after modification. Now the first modification. Let's see what is the output. Now as you see, the first item, the item of the list is 1, and now first item after modification is exclamation mark and 1 and end up in uppercase. See, you have the item now. So that is it for this video. See you soon in the next video.